Welcome to the 30 Minutes of Madness here on Quinn Broadcasting. It's your girl, Millie Maddness, and I'm here with my girl, Janila. Welcome to the show, girl.
Hey, thank you for having me.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're a performing artist, and we're here to talk a little bit about you. So let's get this party started. All right. Well, first, I want you to tell people a little bit about yourself, maybe a little history of growing up and how you got into singing and performing.
Okay, so I'm generally like from the Cumberland County area.
Okay, representing.
Yes. So music has always been like something I've been passionate about since I was really, really young. Like whenever I actually like to write songs. So whenever I'm feeling some type of way or a type of emotion or anything, I used to start off like with poetry, and then it turned into actually writing songs, and then that's kind of like where I got into it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you went from poetry to actually
writing
songs. And how did you discover your voice? Like, when was the beginning that you started to kind of perform and get that response of like, oh wow?
To be honest with you, because I always thought I was going to be in fashion. So singing, like, even though I liked it, it was a hobby, I didn't really think that would be something I would, want to pursue. So I think it was my uncle. One time he heard me, this when Alicia Keys first came out.
Yes.
I'm Falling song. Yes. So I started singing, and he was just like, all right, wait, you sound pretty good. Hold on. So I'm like, yeah, you think so? Okay. So then I started like doing like, I joined like choir in high school. I did like musicals, plays and stuff like that. And I was like, I really, really, really like this. So then I started trying to do like auditions. Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So did you get like auditions where you had to kind of perform or maybe take on a lead role? And how was that experience as your...
Well, I will say this. So the experience in the beginning, I'm going to be completely honest, it was a little discouraging, because sometimes like when you're first starting out, you have to compete against a lot of people. And that sometimes it's not how good you are. Sometimes it's who you know. And that can be discouraging.
A harsh reality of the industry.
Yeah. So, there was just like a little time where I was just like, I don't know if I really want to do this. Can I really do this? Like, am I good enough? But I say the turnaround for me actually was a couple years ago. We had, there was this competition in Hamilton, New Jersey. It was called Karaoke Idol.
Okay.
And did it like off a whim. It was really off a whim. Like literally, like it was my uncle saw like a clipping in the newspaper like a week prior. He was like, I think you should do this. I think you should do this. And I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. I'm a workaholic. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to try it out. So I did it. And I think like out of 30 people, I won third place. And I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
Like, for real?
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? And that's when I guess the confidence started coming back. And I was like, I can do this. I'm going to try. I'm going to do it.
Yes. It sounds like your uncle's a little bit of a troublemaker. He's like, here you go. But that's good, because it seems like you have some family support. Like, who are some people that support you in your journey?
I say like first of all, my whole family's supportive.
Yes.
So, but I say like the two people who really, really, really like push me. Number one, my Uncle Charlie.
Yay, Uncle! Shout out to Uncle
Charlie. I swear he wants to be my manager. He puts me on the spot everywhere, and it's like I hate him sometimes. But it's like I love him, because it's like, all right, because sometimes I don't have enough courage to do it. So you're gonna be my backbone right now.
Yeah.
And then my grandma Naomi, she helps me out a lot. Like there's times where she's like, I got a gift for you. She's invested in me. Like, she helped get me like a guitar, like things like that. So just to encourage me to say, and don't ever give up. Don't give up. And that's all they always say. So my family is very supportive.
Nice. Well, that's very important. Family support is definitely important. So you mentioned that you write your own songs, you perform your own songs, but now you're saying that you also do play some instruments?
Yeah. So because I have such a huge interest in like writing music, right now I'm working on like playing the piano. So I can start composing and even like my own beats, because with making your own songs comes with having to have the beat. So what better way to, what better route to take than to actually know how to compose your own component to the songs. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do.
Wow. So you're like the full package. You're like doing all the round. So that's extremely impressive. So my thing is, do you have, so like, are you self-taught? Is this something that you decided to venture into? Do you have someone that's helping you along the way, or?
So I do have someone who I love dearly. Her name is Jessica, and she's awesome. Okay. So how that happened was, I say like maybe like 4 years ago, I was at work, and I'm pretty sure, a lot of people have had this moment. It's just like, what am I going to do with my future? What, I'm not, like, I'm grateful to have a job, but I'm not really passionate with this. And it's just like, I'm not getting any younger. I really, really want to do what I'm passionate about. So what I do, I went on Google, I said, look up lessons. So I found her, and really she's a godsend, because like taking lessons can be extremely, extremely pricey. And I feel like she's also very supportive of me, because she believes in me to the point where, I do pay for my lessons, but it's not the full amount that it should be, because she believes in me. So that helps keep me going too. So we break it up. She kind of helps with vocals, and then she's really, really helping me with like the piano, with theory and all that. So it's just like, she's amazing.
That's phenomenal. And again, the support system is so important, and you have to be pretty good to have that much support in that. So tell me, what are some things that you that, like, your goals, like you want to learn how to master playing the piano, and are there other instruments that you're like, what's your goal? Like,
okay, so like my main goal is definitely to master the piano, because I love it. But I also like the guitar. I like all types of genre music. And one thing for me, I like solo guitar, like with rock music and all that stuff. Like, I really enjoy it. So that's
so cool.
So that's something else that I do want to have like under my belt as well. But I know right now the piano is just something I'm really, really trying to master.
Nice. And what's your genre? Like, what is your?
Okay. So I don't like to put myself completely in a box. Because I love everything.
Got you.
But like for me, like I feel like it's a little bit of everything, like a little bit of soulfulness to it, a little bit of that pop to it too. And it's just I feel like it's just a lot. I don't want to put myself in a box.
Okay. And so who are some of the artists that you have kind of grown up on or looked up to, or, consider like a model, role model?
So some artists, just throw them out there. Like first off, I love Alicia Keys. I love her.
Yes.
So she's one artist that I really, really, looked up to growing up. I love Lauryn Hill. I love Mary J. Blige when I'm feeling kind of down. And just, even a shout out. Listen, I even love me some J-Lo. Because she's inspirational to me. Just to see like her story and stuff like that. Like and I saw an interview with her not too long ago. And somebody asked her, so what advice do you have somebody to really, really, pursue their dreams? And she was just like, just do it. I was like, what? Say no more. Just do it.
That's it. And that was actually my next question to you. Like, what kind of advice would you give someone that's interested in becoming, because you have the youth, you have so many, music right now is just such a powerful tool, but a lot of people may not know how to get started. What kind of advice do you give someone?
Well, my advice definitely is do your research. Know who you're working with too, because there's good people in the industry and there's bad people in the industry. Like I've worked with people who I shouldn't have worked with. Made poor like investment choices and stuff like that. So really, really do your research and who you're working with. So that's number one. But the advice I would is just believe in yourself. That's number one. You gotta really, really believe in yourself no matter what. Because you're gonna go through times as an artist, just like you're not gonna feel good enough, or you're not gonna feel like you can accomplish these things, but you really can. It's all about having your mindset and just really, really fighting for it. And also, like, get involved with other artists. Like, so that's something that I'm working on now, is just like networking with other artists so you can have other inspirations around you. Even if you feel shy, go out to that open mic night. There's plenty of times I went to open mic night, I did not want to do it. And but you know what? You go and you do it and you feel great. And you're just like, wow, I really let it go. And then to see like the audience and the people watching you applause you, and it's just like, okay, I can get used to this. Like, so get out in the community, do the open mics. Even if it's a place where there's only like maybe 10 people, it's, as long as you stay repetitive, you're going to get used to it. That shyness or anxiety that you get, it's going to go away slowly, but you just have to stay doing it. You have to stay active in it.
Yes, which is really important, and that's a really good point, is to make sure that you're like knee deep in it, you know what I mean? Like, immerse yourself in the industry if that's your passion.
Right.
Sometimes we let people kind of steer us away from what we really want to do. And that's not good. So keeping yourself involved is definitely a good point and a good advice. Do you have like a little kind of like a ritual that you do before you get on stage or after? What's the first thing you do before you get on stage? And then when you get off stage, what's the first thing that you do?
All right. So the first thing I do before I get on stage, I pray.
Yeah.
It's just what I do.
Amen.
Like, yes, for real. Because like I get my strength from praying. So I pray and I'm like, God, please give me strength. Please take this anxiety away. So I pray, and then like right before, like just like for vocal reasons, I avoid dairy,
okay,
all that stuff, like so that you know your vocals is clear. I warm up, and that could even be like doing scales or even like quick mini. I know everybody looks at me like I'm crazy, like especially in a car ride, 5 people. Like you can do anything like impromptu, like going really high in the scales to low, and sometimes it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it helps. It helps open you up. So you definitely want to warm up before performing. And like I said, I pray. It works for me.
Yes.
And that's pretty much what I do. I try not to go too crazy, like with like a lot of rehearsing right before, because I find that it clutters your mind. So try to just be like peace, like right before you perform, just like zen.
Yes.
Yeah.
No drama.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then like afterwards, like I'm so hyped up and so happy that I'm just smiling and hugging people.
Yes. So you find that afterwards, like it's good to kind of network and just kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, everybody comes, because usually like once you're done performing, everybody wants to come to you, congratulate you. Yes. And that's the perfect opportunity for you to really, really talk to people, exchange social media, make friends. Like I've done that and it helps. It helps because once you start following other singers, you get inspiration from other people. It's not saying copy their style, but there's so many different styles out there. You don't want to just stay stuck in one. You want to be open to other things.
We're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to come back with more on 30 Minutes of Madness here on Quinn Broadcasting. I'm here with my girl, Janila. It's your girl, Millie Maddness. See you when you come back.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to 30 Minutes of Madness. It's your girl, Millie Maddness, here on Quinn Broadcasting, and I'm here with my girl, Janila, performing artist, songwriter, and musician or musical instruments, right?
Yeah.
So you do it all, which is very inspiring, and you know, something that people may want to know is, how do you get inspired? Is it something Is it something that you wake up and you get inspired to write? Like, what kind of things influence your writing of songs?
All right. So a lot of things influence me, but I find that when I'm most influenced, honestly, it's like when I'm feeling kind of like passionate about something. Like even if like I'm feeling down, it could be like a breakup or a family member kind of irked me or something. Yeah. Or things of that nature. Or even just like when I'm feeling happy, like if I want to write something a little bit more upbeat, so my inspiration comes from anywhere, to be honest with you. And it's funny though, because sometimes I can have a conversation with somebody and they'll say something. I'm like, that sounds like a good idea for a song. I'm start working on that. So inspiration comes from anywhere, pretty much. Yeah.
Nice. And then, so when you like, do you usually write, like, does the whole song come to you at once, or is that something that sometimes you'll get the idea, you write a little bit, you come back to it, you write a little bit, like what's that?
You know what, honestly, it kind of like all depends. Like sometimes like I've written a song 15 minutes. Like
wow.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. And then sometimes maybe I get a little bit of writer's block. Like an idea comes to me and I could work around like a hook or a chorus, and then I have to work sometimes a little bit on my verses. But so it varies.
Nice. And so if people wanted to follow you on social media, they want to know kind of what's going on with you and your music, where could people find you on social media?
Okay, so my main source with promoting myself with music would definitely be like my YouTube channel. It's under Varro J, so that's VARRO and then J, so that's my YouTube channel. So basically what I use that for is just like to everyday life, like whether it could be inspirational, because I feel like being like I'm a mother, I have a child, I've worked like 2 jobs, like I've done a lot, so I feel like I have a lot of like experiences where I can talk about it, and I feel like people can relate to, especially the younger crowd, like even like having moments of even feeling like depressed, or like I said, like not feeling good enough, or learning how to value yourself, or even how to conduct yourself as a woman in today's society, which I feel a lot of people struggle with. So that's what I'm using my YouTube channel for. It's just basically just to, speak out about that. And then any like work that I have going on in the future, as far as like music videos or even recordings, I'm definitely going to put on that. Then I can also be found on Instagram. It is glam_chic89. And then my Facebook is just my name. It's Janila Navarro.
Okay. JAN?
JANILA. And then my last name is NAVARRO.
Okay. You're not related to David by any chance? So
no. That's the other Navarro.
Hey, just checking. That's awesome. And a lot of youth go to social media, and social media is such a big influence in our youth. So it's really nice for you to do kind of positive things that show people can connect to and kind of guide people as to what it's like, and kind of real talk, as I think as women, as mothers, as entrepreneurs, as artists, there's a lot to be said, and people connect to that. So that's really good that you do that.
Yeah.
What are some of your hobbies and interests that you like when you're not performing?
Okay, so I love the outdoors. Like, yeah, I love getting lost. Like I like going for drives.
Okay, nice.
I do like even like doing stuff, like I like going for hikes. Like I do things with my son a lot. I also like to draw, so that's something I like to do on the side too. But mostly, like some of my hobbies is I like to go hiking. I like to do outdoor things. That's something that I like to do.
Nice. And how old is your son?
My son is 9.
He's 9?
Yeah.
Wow. So what does he say when he hears you kind of singing? Is he into the music, or is he into like a totally different stuff?
Absolutely. And that's why to me it's important to be a positive role model, because I don't think what people realize is children gravitate to almost everything. So my son, that's why it's just like he's like my #1 fan. I say that because I have songs that are recorded and he knows every lyric word for word. He sings it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And it makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, so your mommy's #1 fan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But he loves it. Even like, you know, like when I'm rehearsing or practicing like for like a show or performance, like he's there and he'll sing along with me. So
nice.
he loves music also. So
nice.
Yeah.
So who knows, maybe in the future that might be something that he'll venture into as well. And people like you said, they don't realize how much kids kind of gravitate, they absorb, their sponges.
Yes.
So being a positive role model is so important in today's society.
Absolutely.
And that's, you know, and that's who you are. You're a positive role model, not only for your son, but the more your fan base grows, your audience grows, your following grows, the more people get hope that, hey, you know, you can do what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And my whole thing is too, like, don't get me wrong, like there's awesome artists today, like such as like I love Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Like, so there's awesome artists. But see, I feel like with today's music, I feel like it's missing something. It's missing like connection, like emotion. I always say I'm a firm believer, bring the 90s back, please. Like, bring it back. Like seriously, like, so that's kind of like more my inspiration. Like I want music because I feel like to me, music is therapy. Like it's supposed to be used to help you get through whatever emotion you're feeling at that moment. And I just feel like today's music's just out of touch with that just a little bit. Yeah,
that's very true. A lot of people are missing that one-on-one interaction with people, so the connection is maybe not as it was back then. You know, it's a little different connection these days.
And just like when I mentioned earlier about do your research with who you're working with and know yourself and know what you want, because I've had people that I work with who try to steer me, like, you know, on the path of being like, you know, sexy or being a sex symbol, or even when it came to writing lyrics, everything had to be sexual. And I was just like, that's not me. And at one point, because I didn't have the confidence, I'm like, all right, I feel like that's what I need to do to get my foot in the door. That's the image I need to portray for somebody to notice me. But that's just not being confident in yourself. So I stepped away from that. I said, you know what, I'm going to be true to myself. And I feel like this is the path I want to take. And my path is more so bringing real music back and having a meaning and a message to it, and don't have to be. Because I feel like a woman, especially, you can be sexy. You don't have to show all your breasts or this or that to be sexy. Sometimes it's just the attitude, the way you speak or how you carry yourself, that's sexy. Like,
yes. And that's so true. And it's funny because that's a topic that has come up on the show before. As a woman, you know, what are some of the barriers that you have in the music industry? And a lot of times that comes up, that people are either requesting or suggesting that there should be some more sex appeal or some more lyrically or visually, because unfortunately the mindset in today's society is that that's what sells.
Right.
And people are focused on the sales. But I think also there's so much more. It all depends. I think that you being true to yourself attracts the following that is for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Instead of you trying to get people to like you for, you know, being more sexy, that, you know, having to go that route just to get people to like you, it's better to kind of stay true to who you are, so that way you can gain the audience that is for you.
Absolutely. And you know what, from what I've, you know, noticed and stuff like that, like artists who are, you know, true to themselves last in the long run. Because you have artists who come out, you know, who do like one-hit wonders, trying to, you know, with certain songs, but you don't hear from them no more because there was no substance to them.
And that is something that comes up a lot, because sometimes you get into this character, and to bring the character to kind of break from that, if that's not you, then it becomes very difficult. And very stressful and all of that. So I think these are kind of some things that are interesting topics to talk about for people that are interested in getting into the music industry, and all of the barriers, all of the pros and cons, and all of the things that one has to go through. What are like, how is it that you can kind of get your music out there? Like, how do you write a song, you record the song, and then kind of just walk us a little bit about like,
okay.
what
So I feel like now everything is basically social media and online. So that's just the number one way to really, really get yourself out there. Because I know people still make mixtapes and things of that nature, but you don't get as much exposure anymore like you would with social media. So my thing would be like, if I'm going to like record a song, definitely use like things such as like SoundCloud or even like YouTube channels, because let me tell you, a lot of artists have been discovered off of YouTube, Justin Bieber being one of them. Like, so everything is geared towards social media now. So I think that's like the route to take.
Definitely. So I think, you know, we definitely covered a lot, and I thank you so much for being on the show and opening up and kind of being a positive role model to our youth, and kind of guiding our tips and tricks on what to do to get started in the industry. And it was really fun having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're definitely going to set up in a little bit and give people a little taste of what Janila is all about. And, you know, so you can listen in. We have just so many talented individuals that shine and many people don't know. So Janila is definitely someone that you need to check out on her social media and listen to her vocals. And I mean, are you open for collabs and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so there you go. You know, so thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yes,
thank you guys for watching 30 Minutes of Madness here on Quid Broadcasting. It's your girl, Millie Maddness. Tune in, Comcast Channel 22. We will see you soon. Peace out.
And now Janila's going to walk the walk with a little cover from
Nina Simone, Feeling Good.
Nina Simone, Feeling Good, jazz singer. Are you ready? 30 Minutes of Madness.
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossoms on the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. In this old world, in a new world, is a bold world for me. Yes, yes, stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent on the pines, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling